times, and we are back with more sweet views, and we are still in Urabe's route. I got confused for a second. I was like, who the hell's route are we in now? Wow. And we were just imprisoned in the it's fish room. Yeah. Chit-chatting and eating. And does that look like a giant water tank in the back? Oh, no, whoops. Goddamn, I meant to go, like, try to hide the text. Let's just go back and load that save again. So we don't miss the thing. I was trying to hide the thing and I hit the wrong button because I don't know what the hell button's it. Anyway, doesn't it look like there's water in that giant tank? So I just have a feeling this is gonna get worse. Like, I don't know. You already felt weird sitting in a room with fish tanks and being trapped in here, but now that giant tank in the middle just makes me feel a little nervous. Like, who's gonna end up in there? Oh god. Anyway, we finished our meal and went back to sitting. Nothing much happened as the minutes ticked by. I wonder if the others are all right. We could philosophize. Why is that so hard? Philosophize. That is a... Okay, actually, that's a really freaking dumb word. You're like, we could get philosophical about it. We could philosophize. Philosophize? Does that... Wow, there is a reason why my brain tripped over that damn thing, because, like, what the frick? There is no way that takes effort to say. You're not like, oh, philosophize. You have to stop your brain, like, as you're like, I'm about to say this word, your brain is like, all right, we can do this. It's like being drunk and trying to walk upstairs. You're like, I got this. Foot on stair. Okay. No, we're good. Foot on stair. All right. You know, it's like the amount of effort your brain puts into doing things like that. That's exactly what happened. Anyway, we could philosophize about it as much as we wanted, but it sounds stupid, doesn't it? Anyway. But there was no getting around the fact that being cut off from everything was frustrating. You look rather upset. Huh? Really? I mean, I'm trapped in a fucking room and my friends could probably all be dead and you're weird and all, and that's great. But also, again, all the things we mentioned yesterday or the day before, technically. The fuck. Like, indeed, your brow has been quite furrowed for some time now. He reached out and tapped my forehead. I jumped as he touched me, surprised, and he grinned. Worrying so much is little benefit. Perhaps we could distract ourselves. Oh? How? How? What would you say to some fortune-telling? He laid a hand on top of his crystal ball. Oh! After a moment or two of waving his hand over it, the ball began to shine with a faint light. It was pretty amazing. Okay, so I'm just gonna go in this reality. He's, like, legit and not like he's got a fucking... I shake the ball and it glows. So does a glow stick, dude. Something about the glowing ball combined with the overall surreality of the room itself to create a perfect mystical atmosphere. Wow, there's no punctuation in there, and that got confusing. And now what do you wish to learn? Love? Money? Your career? He looked up from the crystal ball, his face open and waiting. Well, this explains this one. Well, love, I guess. Can you... But of course, love. My career. I don't have one. I'm a high school student. He began to gaze intently into the ball. Money. I'm a high school student. I ain't got none. Love is the only option I have, really. I looked into it too, but I couldn't see anything. Oh, my. Do you see something? Oh, indeed. It appears your heart longs for someone even now. Oh my gosh, he's right. I mean, why the fuck do you think we asked that question? This person, I sense you've met recently. Yeah, it was this weird guy in a train. I'm sorry. That's bullshit. We know it's Shido. Anyway, how do you know that? I know only what the ball shows me. Oh, can you see their face or their name? You're like, do you know who it is? Because I'm clueless. Is he on to me? I swallowed. No. Oh, well, perhaps. There are many factors. He was so focused on whatever he saw in the crystal ball that he didn't seem to notice my nervousness. If the emotions involved are particularly strong, sometimes I can, but for you, I have only vague signs. Oh, well, yeah, 'cause, like, we love you, but, like, should we? 'Cause it seems like a bad idea is all I'm saying. Whoa, that was close. Guess he hasn't figured it out yet, or he doesn't want to. Can you see what's going to happen with me and him? Oh, one moment. The future is in your hands, it would appear. You're near a crossroads. Oh, great. What? I still couldn't see anything in the crystal. What did he mean? You needn't look so concerned. But what if I make the wrong choice? Legit, what if I make the wrong choice and I decide to fall in love with him, but he's a murderer, now I gotta be a prison wife? Just saying. Like, that would suck. And that's where we're going. No need to fret. In life, little is ever wrong, only different. And there's always a solution. He smiled and looked back into the crystal. I do like that philosophy. It's not wrong, it's just a different outcome. That's a positive way to look at it when you make a huge mistake. I have made a huge mistake. You know what? I wasn't wrong. I just went down a different path. It wasn't wrong of me to murder those people. I just went down a different path in life. Okay, there are times where it is wrong, but I get what he's saying. I suppose you could call it the power of faith, if you were so inclined. If you can trust this person implicitly, and then you'll find what you seek. Uh-huh. He seems so calm and certain. It would be hard not to believe him. So what do you think of the Oracle of Shinjuku's fortunes? I feel like I'd believe you, even if it was bad news. He who foretells the future lies, even if he tells the truth. In the end, the choice is yours. What do you mean? You're the master of your own life. A fortune's not a guarantee, more like a suggestion. Your decisions define the path that your life will take, nothing else. If you abdicate responsibility after receiving a positive fortune, you set yourself upon a dark road. So consider this only a distraction. Do not allow it to dictate your choices, and all will be well. Oh, you look rather concerned. I know. Something seemed to occur to him, and he unwrapped the prayer beads from his hand. Might I see your hand, Spacey? Okay. I held out my hand, and he wrapped the beads around my wrist. I'd like you to have this. Really? I mean, isn't it really important to you? And that is exactly why I wish to give it to you. And these beads contain my spirit. If something should happen, it will protect you. Sounds like some crazy hokum. But I mean, we're gonna pretend that he's legit, and this exists in this world where he can actually... Well, I mean, he is walking around and the ball is motherfucking floating in the air, so I mean, I guess we gotta take this and be like, magic is real in this universe. So, his spirit. Isn't that a little odd? Real Spacey's reaction. Isn't that a little odd? Aw, thank you. Aw, thank you. That's the dumbest reaction ever. I love it though. Aw, thanks. You put your spirit in there. That's fucking weird. The beads glinted around my wrist in the dim light from the fish tanks. It feels nice to have a little spiritual protection, but what really made me happy was that he'd given it to me. I'm glad you seem pleased with it. Look, we only said, "Oh, thanks," because we want to get the love point. Well, this is awkward. Anyway, he smiled. We spent a while talking about my fortune and his prayer beads. Like, he's weird, but he's pushing the limits of weird. Have you ever noticed that the weird ones... Okay, I'm literally just talking about him and, like, Saint Germain right now. Okay, because it's literally just the two of them. But it's like, why are the ones that are a little bit strange, like, you're a little bit odd, are always, like, the super spiritual ones? Like, I don't know. I'm just saying, you got some prejudice against super spiritual people. I don't have to be weird. I mean, I think super spiritual people are kind of weird, but that's my personal thing, and that's not necessarily the truth for everyone. And like people who are super spiritual would think I'm weird for not being it. You know what I'm saying? But like, is it just me? Or they're like, this is a trope now. Oh, he's super spiritual and either believes in God or like a crystal ball. He's a motherfucking weirdo. It just, okay. All right. I see you. I see what you're doing here. But Saint Germain was a stabby murderer, but we still loved him anyway. Um, but a little bit weird. But a little bit weird. Uh, but like, Urabe's pushing the limits of strange. I think it's really, it's not, I could get over the super spiritual thing, although that's not my like cup of tea. It's really not. But um you could get past that because you're like, you're such a weirdo, and I'm okay with the weird ones, right? But yeah, his whole like reasoning, it's like you're not thinking this through, buddy. I'm still kind of miffed about that. It still kind of bugs me, and it's just like I was kind of really excited for his path because I'm like, he's such a weirdo. I love it. And then you get here and you're like, you might have crossed the lines into crazy. And like, not the good kind of crazy. Just, I gotta be honest, I love this game. I really do. It's so great. The dynamics great. The gameplay is great. The just the interactions between everyone is great. But I am really honestly like so far all the love interests you're like, yeah, no, they're fine, but there's really none like I love them so much. Mitsunashi is a really good character. I'm not into him as a love interest because it seems weird to me, but him as a character is just fucking great. I'm just really hoping Shido just impresses me because like he is my favorite, and if I go down that route and I'm not seriously impressed, I'm probably going to cry because I'll be like, this is really great as like a visual novel game that has no romance in it because I'm not feeling the romance really. Like overall, you're like, I mean, they could have just made this like a fun visual novel game without the romance, and it would have been kind of fun. I would still have fun. You know what I mean? It's like playing a Danganronpa game, except for nobody's dying. Well, nobody's dying yet, but you're like, yeah, it's a fun visual novel game and it's great and the character dynamic, but there's no romancy shit going on. This has romancy stuff, but you're like, but you could have done without it, and I don't think I'd have been sad because I haven't yet felt for any of them immensely where I'm like, I love them so much. Like, again, Mitsunashi as a character is fucking amazing. He is a great fucking character, and he has a great bromance with like everybody. I look at it like I love your bromances. Not with me, it feels weird, but with everybody else. I don't know, it's weird. Anyway. What time is it? The room didn't have a window or a clock, so there was no way to even guess. It made me uncomfortable. Urabe. Yes? Is something wrong? Do you think everybody else is, okay? He stopped polishing his crystal ball and looked up into my eyes. At best, we simply trust them. I have no doubt they can succeed. At the moment, it is wisest to focus on your own survival. Okay. He's right. I do need to focus on myself. But something just feels off. What is it? Chessins! Another piglet appeared with another tray of food. Oh, thanks. It handed us the trays and then walked quickly out of the room. And given how much time has passed, I suspect this is dinner. I guess so. As we ate, we discussed what our next move should be. And like, okay, what the actual fuck is with the room with fish tanks? Underground somewhere. I don't think that's good for the fish, but we need to find a way out of here. I agree, but how? We've already looked for any other possible exits. Well, I was thinking we should make a break for it the next time that piglet shows up. What do you mean to do? Well, we could trip him or just attack him. As long as we get out, does it really matter? I looked over at the door and Urabe knit his brow. Yes, we could probably get out the door easily enough, but is something bothering you? It's been 5 days since this game began. And that means we have 2 days left until the end of the 7th, correct? Yeah, that's right. It doesn't seem like the piglet is going to hurt us, so I think perhaps it might be safer to, well, remain here. What? If we try and force our way out, there's a chance you could be hurt. Best we just wait for the time to pass. Really? Yes. He can't be serious. Yes, it was the 5th day, and we'd been out of the game for 2 days by that point. I didn't know for sure, but I was betting that the others were having a hard time because they were short 2 players. They need our help. We need to get out of here as soon as possible. But Urabe doesn't seem to feel that way. Why? For a second, I was like, oink, oink! How's it going? Hochstein! After the long silence, his voice sounded frighteningly loud. Today's game is ended. Unfortunately, they managed to beat it again. Boo-hoo! Urabe and I looked at one another. Thank goodness. Indeed. I was hoping I could make things more fun by using you guys as hostages, but oh well. You know today's game was supposed to happen here, but I was nice enough to move it somewhere else. Huh? I sure hope you appreciate what I did. Oink, oink, oink. With a few more snorting laughs, he hung up. What was that about? The room was quiet again. All I could hear was our breathing and the soft bubbling of the fish tanks. Hochstein's voice echoed around inside my head. Wasn't the fifth... The 5th one was supposed to take place in Toa's timeline. The 5th one took place in the Bazaar planet, the store thing. So is this like a storage room for fish you could buy at the... Because, like, why would you... What is with the fish? I don't get that, but okay. I don't know if they'll explain it or it's just random. But that's where we should be, so, Hochstein's voice echoed around inside my head. What do you think he meant by all that? Because then the Coliseum kind of place, whatever, was the 6th day, and the 7th day would have been the family bear jamboree, picnic in the woods, teddy bear, picnic, party, sleepover, slumber thing. Whatever. Like, it's whatever I want it to be. You know what I'm saying? Like that thing. Anyway. By what? He said he was planning to have the game here, but then he moved it. And if he was planning to use us as hostages, why hadn't he? Or was he lying about that and he had told the others he had us hostage? No, I don't think so. If he had, then I had no doubt his sick idea of fun would have prompted him to connect us to the rest of our team so they could hear us in captivity. So what's going on? Something's off here. Then suddenly I realized I'd felt this way before. Earlier when Urabe had said we should just stay and wait. But if I felt the same way about what Hochstein said and what Urabe said, then that would mean... Interesting. The first time I felt like something was off was when I was talking with Urabe. I got him to agree that we had to get out, but he just said that it was safer to stay in the room and wait for time to pass. Hochstein was acting weird too. Why did he say that he was nice enough to move it somewhere else? He also said that we should be thankful that he did what he did. Oh wait, no, hold on. When I pointed that out to Urabe, he didn't seem to care. So what really feels out of place? It's safer, but I just wanted to... Oh, god damn it. I didn't mean to double click. Yes. Huh. I'm glad I have a guide because I don't think I would have gotten this one. I would have been like, I don't know. That's it. I don't think Urabe wants to get out of here at all. Okay, well that, yes. That's exactly what it sounded like when he was like, I think we should just stay and not do it. And you were like, he doesn't want to leave, but why? Of course he'd say it's safe to just stay here. I felt my hands tighten into fists. Urabe, is something the matter? And then it's like this. It's safer to stay here. Why? Is he trying to protect us or is he being shady? Like, I don't trust him. We're supposed to be in love with this man, but I'm starting to not trust him. Because, like, I mean, I know he was the traitor and you were like, what? But I trusted him even then. Until I found out that he's been doing this from the very beginning. And then it was like, you are literally batshit insane. Kind of a turnoff. I was so looking forward to his route because he's a fucking Nutter Butters. And I kind of like the Nutter Butters. They're usually fun. But, like... He went from like, you're kind of nutty, to like, oh, you are criminally insane. And fuck, I'm going to be a prison wife. Well, okay. Anyway. He saw my expression, and I saw his eyebrows tilt down. Tell me you want to get out of here. Oh, what's come over you? Of course I want to leave this place. No, that's not true. Save our strength for when the right opportunity presents itself? People are out there risking their lives. How can you say that? I locked my eyes to his. So, you've caught me. It seemed like even the air around him suddenly changed. He wasn't the warm, kind man who'd been there the last few hours. I brought you here. I did this for you. His expression was dark, and there was an almost maniacal determination behind his eyes. Wait, what are you saying? That you're here for your own safety. I can't let anything happen to you. And that's why, on the third night after you fell asleep, I struck a bargain with Hogstein. What? Yes.
What makes you think a traitor gets to just call me up whenever he wants?
Hogstein. No, M2. I had hoped to speak to you. As you well know, Spacey volunteered to be part of this game. Her presence was not a part of your plan. As such, her lack of participation should have no significant impact. I promise I'll keep her from interfering further, so please spare her.
Oink, oink, oink. Afraid I can't do that. And I have to say, asking favors after you hung me out to dry is pretty rich.
Yes, I betrayed you. So I was thinking about this before. Now that I totally forgot until we got to this point. I seriously am wondering, and I just will literally, I just don't even know. I might rage quit. Not really, but I will just be so disappointed if our secret lover path, you know, the dude on the is fucking Hogstein. I will be like, no! What the fuck is wrong? What's wrong with you, Spacey? I thought of this, like, last night. Well, after I finished the last part, so yeah, last night, you know what I mean. I was like sitting there, like getting ready for bed, and I'm like, what the fuck? What if this douche is the other guy? Our secret route is fucking Hogstein the whole time. Because you know there was at least 2 people in the Hogstein costume, right? So what if Urabe was the other one in all the other routes? You know what I mean? Like, well, you're Hogstein too. Oh my god! No! 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 I'll be so mad! So mad. So mad. Anyway. I don't know if that's the case, and I hope it's not, but fuck. Anyway. Yes, I betrayed you. But I did as you asked, and caused the explosion that prevented them from acquiring the reward. And now I'm asking you to let her live.
I don't really mind sparing her. But that intuition of hers, it makes things so exciting. Much better than I'd imagined. Taking her out of the mix just seems like such a waste. So I'd want something just as entertaining in exchange.
I'll do whatever I must. Yeah, I trust him less and less as this goes on. Man, I miss pre-Urabe path when we thought Urabe was cool. We're like, I know he's the traitor, but it's fine. And like, he's so weird, it'll be great. And then you're in his path and you're like, yeah, you know, the disappointment is real. Disappointment is strong. Thank God he wasn't my favorite character. If Shido does this to me, I'm gonna cry. Like, he's the only hope I have left. Like, help me, Shido, you're my only hope. Like, literally. Because, holy crap. But anyway.
Oh, I've just come up with a great idea.
Oink. Great idea.
Yes. I'll grant your request. But in exchange...
And the next day I told you everything I'd been keeping hidden. I wanted you to know the truth about me. And none of that was a lie. However, so you did what he'd told you to do and brought me to the tower? I thought back to what he'd said. This is where your decision to fall in love with this man or, like, piece the fuck out, Spacey, is important. And this is where you piece the fuck out. Piece the fuck out. Because he is cray-cray, and, like, nothing justifies anything that he's doing. Like, nothing.
But somewhere deep in my heart of hearts, I was hoping that you would say you meant to come with me.
So that was a lure to get me here. Wow, you are shady. And then I was trapped, just as planned.
Correct. It was the only way to protect you from danger.
But why? Why is it so important to you to keep me out of the game?
I told you before, you were a light that shone into the darkness of my soul.
That's right. I remember. That was back when we were escaping from the hospital.
He remembered.
His face brightened. That doesn't make... Oh my god, Okay, alright.
When I agreed to help M2 with his plan, there was only one thought in my mind. So long as I could destroy my father, my own life was of no consequence. Indeed, I hoped that perhaps it would end. But then I met you.
Oh, sure, that magically changes everything. Let me throw my vagina at you. For fuck's sake, I can't.
Me? You were so dedicated, so optimistic. I found myself inexplicably drawn to you. But it didn't end there. Before long, I was doing my utmost to see that everyone, and not just you, could live to see another day.
He paused and smiled at me.
It was the first time that, somewhere in my rotted, corrupt heart, I felt a desire to live.
Tears started to stream down his face, and my heart felt like someone had stuck it in a vice. Wow.
You gave me that, and I wanted to keep you safe, no matter what that took.
Oh, girl, you don't stick your dick in crazy, girl. Don't do it.
I'll do whatever it takes to protect you.
Urabe, then help get me out! I'm touched, but... that's the right answer, but it's so funny, because, like, then help get me the fuck out of here. It's like, I'm touched, but you're fucking crazy, and I'm gonna get out. Like, I'm touched, but it was nice that he was worried for me and all, but it's not fair for me to just sit here and be safe while everyone else is out there risking their lives. Also, you're motherfucking crazy. Sorry. He gave me a sad smile.
And just what I thought you would say. That's why I couldn't tell you.
He looked up into my eyes.
But I cannot allow you to leave.
Urabe,
I'm truly sorry, but I cannot lose you.
This is where you punch him in the fucking face, Spacey.
I imagine you'll hate me for this, and that's a consequence I'm prepared to accept if it's the price of your safety.
He turned away and stood up.
Please remain here for the next 2 days.
Urabe!
Farewell.
Before I could do anything, he was gone. That motherfucker left me here? Oh, hell no, bitch. You are not dating crazy. I ran to the door, but he'd already locked it behind him. No! He had left me behind. What am I gonna do now? Not fucking date this man. I understood what he was trying to do. No! No! I understood it so much it hurt. No, that is you having been wrong, thinking that you like this man and he's motherfucking crazy and kind of an asshole. I get how she feels because, like, look, you're like, Urabe's fun, he's crazy, it's gonna be great. And now I'm like, no, I don't like this at all. You disappoint me. You disappointed me. You have let me down, and I don't like it at all. I don't like it. He keeps saying I'm so nice, but he never really looks at himself. Even though he hates his dad, it hurts him to do it, and he hates himself for it. Well, I mean, because he's basically turning into his dad by murdering people in order to get back at his dad. I mean, it doesn't take a therapist to figure that shit out. He understands other people's pain, and he's thoughtful. I can totally see why people come to him for fortunes. And even if he's not exactly going about it in a good way, he's doing what he thinks he has to do to keep me safe. I can't bring myself to hate him for that. I can. Maybe if I could help him work through some of that pain. But I wouldn't be able to do that, or anything else, if I just stayed shut up in a room full of fish tanks. It's like, I'm not sure if she's just way too fucking nice or really goddamn stupid in this path. Like, I'm not staying here. I'm gonna get out of here, and I'm gonna go find Urabe, and we're gonna beat this game together. No, I'm gonna beat his face, is what you should be saying. I repeated that to myself over and over until I fell asleep. the only choice we have in stage 6 absolutely makes sense to something we said earlier. Because we said it and I looked down and I was like, huh, that's the answer for stage 6. But I wonder how long this chapter is going to be, honestly, because there's one choice. So, like, one choice and we're just going to read through for like a half an hour with one that seems like a lot, you know? Anyway. Is it morning already? I opened my eyes and stretched. Sleeping on the floor had left me a little stiff, but it wasn't anything serious. Unless we get out pretty early and then we're running out, then it makes sense, because then at least you're moving. But if we're literally sitting in here for the whole part, it's going to be boring as fuck. Yep, looks like I'm okay. The thought was nice, but I couldn't let Urabe's worrying keep me cooped up. First things first, I need to get out of here. I slapped my cheeks to wake myself up and took another quick look around the room. Unfortunately, no escape routes had appeared during the night. Alright then. That means my only chance is going to be when I get my food. If the previous day had been any indication, a piglet would show up eventually with my breakfast. I would have had a better chance with Urabe to back me up, but I guess I'll just have to make do. Remember, Spacey, you're only going to get one shot at this. My one shot came earlier than I'd anticipated. Be funnier if it was Urabe that came in. It's here. I am so sorry, Jazz Hands. I just want to tell you right now, I'm extremely sorry for what I have to do here. A piglet opened the door and stepped inside with a steaming hot meal. Okay, it is Jazz Hands though, because he makes that's Jazz Hands, but we could pretend it's not Jazz Hands. But I think it's Jazz Hands. I wanted to, it's Jazz Hands, and you know what? Let's just pretend it's not. Let's pretend it's not Jazz Hands, so we don't feel guilty about this, but then again, it makes it funnier, so. Just one. It brought 2 trays the day before. It was a small, pointless thing, but suddenly I felt very alone. No, stop that! You can do this! Get angry at Urabe right now. I pushed the worry and self-doubt out of my head and focused on the piglet. Thank you. I reached out for the tray. This is my chance! We could trip him, and I was like, oh, that's funny, that's the choice. I grabbed the tray. As I did, I slid one of my feet across the floor, hooked it around the piglet's leg, and kicked up as hard as I could. Just as planned, it was now standing on one foot. The piglet started to sway back and forth, but didn't let go of the tray. Sorry! The moment I let go of the tray, the piglet was doomed. It tipped to one side. I really am sorry, Jazz Hands, but you have to understand, I have to do this. And toppled to the floor. The food from the tray splattered across its legs. I must have been pretty hot because the piglet started writhing around on the floor. I'm sorry. I do appreciate you bringing me food, though. I felt bad, but there was nothing I could do. The piglet was just doing its job, but I had stuff I needed to do, too. I walked past it, hoping the food hadn't been too hot, and ran for the door. Sorry! I pulled the door open and dashed outside. Right into Urabe. Where am I? Outside of the fish room, I suddenly found myself in what appeared to be some sort of gift shop. After the dim light of the fish tanks, the bright fluorescent lighting of the shop hurt my eyes. I blinked rapidly and waited for my vision to clear, but when it did, I kind of wish it hadn't. The shelves were full of Count Hogstein merchandise, which is really fucking weird. What the heck? It's all Hogstein. I looked around a little, and there wasn't a thing in there that didn't have his face on it somewhere. Who would buy any of this junk? It was just so tacky. There was everything from stationery to bath soap, from kitchenware to electric lamps. In so many different colors. But I can't imagine there's actually any demand for this stuff. Well, I guess I should expect weird stuff. Hogstein's not exactly well-adjusted. I sighed and looked around for a clock. 1 o'clock? That meant the game had already started. I need to hurry. Sticking to the shadows, I slowly and carefully made my way toward the entrance. It didn't look like there were any piglets on lookout. When I finally reached the door, I hid behind a human-sized Hogstein and peered out again to double-check. All right, it looks like the coast is clear. I stepped out of my hiding place and was about to leave when something caught my eye. Wait, is that my phone? From inside the nostril of the giant Hogstein, I could see the corner of a very familiar cell phone. I pulled it out. No question, it was mine. Oh, thank God! I would have been so mad. Like, I like my pop socket and my little things that dangle on my phone. I'd be like so mad. And my fucking glitter case, I'd be like, bitch, what the fuck? Can't replace all that shit. What the heck is it doing there? Whatever. Now I can get a hold of my uncle and the rest of our team. Great. Time to move. Well, we can't because they're in the game, so... I slipped my phone into my pocket and strode out of the door. Bizarre planet. The gift shop was apparently just part of a larger shopping mall. All around the mall were stores and restaurants. I peered into one of them, and just like the gift shop, everything was Hogstein branded. Well, I guess I've got to give him points for being, thorough. I shook my head in disbelief and looked around. Normally, it probably would have been packed with crowds, but I was the only person there. All right, I'm out. What now? Ideally, I would convince Urabe to rejoin the others, and we could all work together again. But I don't know where he is. I rubbed absently at the beads on my wrist. I haven't really got my feelings about him figured out yet, but... That's when you take those beads, you put them in your pocket, because you were an adult, and when you meet him, you give them back and be like, I don't want your protection, because you're a fucking psychopath. I'm out. The immature thing to do would be take him and throw him. But that is just your rage and pain talking, and disappointment. So you gotta be an adult about it and just hand his possessions back to him. He'd said his spirit was in the beads, and as I touched them, they felt a little warm. I smiled. In a way, it felt like he was right there next to me. No! If all this gets worked out, I want to hear more about his life. No. No, not if. When? Thinking about Urabe made me feel a little better. Ugh, girl. Ugh. He went downhill real fast, is all I'm saying. Okay, I should probably start by figuring out what attraction the game is happening at today and meeting up with everyone there. So, start at the plaza, I guess? There would be a directory there. Hopefully that would help me figure out where to go next. All right. I took off at a run for the plaza. See, here's my thing with him. I could totally buy his character and not hate him if, like, okay, he was the traitor, blah, blah, blah. He was helping because Hogstein had told him, this is the plan, blah, 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 we're going to destroy the park. Fine. Or had lied to him about the plan, but he knew he was going to kill people to get back at his father. Let's just take out, it's hard, very hard for me to take out this isn't your father's park. Your father got paid to build the fucking thing, but it's not his park, and you destroying it does nothing to him, and this is the stupidest thing ever. Let's just try to forget that. It's not gonna work. But, like, if Hogstein was like, oh, hey, and we're just going to cause some mischief and make everybody look bad. Okay, cool. And then you found out afterward he was blowing things up and everything, and you were like, the fuck? I didn't know that was I could understand, and you'd be like, okay. All right. And then, I need you to stay here because I don't want you to get hurt. What the fuck, douchehole? But, like, okay. But, like, but it's you knew people were going to die. And you hate your dad so much you would kill innocent people to get back at your father? Like, you hated him because he's a murderer. So you're going to be a murderer to get back at him because you hated him for being a murderer? You do need to be locked away because you have some serious fucking mental issues and no one can help you with that. Like, holy fucking shit. No. No, just no. So I'm, like, disappointed. I could have almost taken his route if they didn't make him such a douchehole. Because I like the weird ones. I do. You're like, oh, okay, this is fucking odd. But, like, I love you. Like, Saint Germain was, like, really like, God told me to do this. And you're like, you are fucking crazy, and no amount of help is going to help you. There is no amount of therapy that's going to fix this. But, like, he kind of redeemed himself. And even though he was still, like, super spiritual, which is kind of a turnoff for me personally, it's like, I can it's Saint Germain and we'll get over it. Like, you know what I mean? And you still, like, you're like, you're crazy. But, I mean, there was, like, legitimate reasonings. At least I could go, okay, I can work around this. I can't work around this. And it's disappointing. Because I liked Urabe in the beginning. I was like, he's fucking weird. He's walking around with a crystal ball. He's crazy. I like it. Oh, but no. Nope. He took the crazy train straight the fuck off the planet. Like, straight off the edge of the flat earth. And I just, nope. Not because I think the earth is flat, but because he's crazy enough to think the earth is flat is really where I was going with that. I think you understood that. But I feel like I just need to say that so people don't think I'm a flat earther or anything weird like that. I'm just saying. That's how crazy he is. Crazy train. Right off. Flat Earth. Okay, great. Probably an anti-vaxxer too. Oh, good God. Anyway. I took care to run from shadow to shadow, but it seemed unnecessary. I didn't see anyone on my way to the plaza. Just as I'd thought, there was a directory of all the attractions. I don't think he'd used the same one twice. So it would have to be one of the ones we haven't been to yet. Bizarre Planet had been empty, so I could roll that out, leaving me with 3 attractions I hadn't visited. They were Moonlight OX, Roundtable Coliseum Nights 4, and Band Animal Family Jamboree Picnic Teddy Bear Woods. The question was, which one? Well, I know it's not Midnight OX. Bizarre Planet should have technically been yesterday, so today's should have been at the Coliseum, but we have no idea did he do the Coliseum one yesterday, and now so we don't know. We don't know how he moved them. You know what I mean? Did he go, okay, so for day 5, we're moving to what should have been day 6, and then day 6, we're moving to day 7, and then day 7, we'll move back to where day 5 is? I don't know. I took a look at how they were laid out in the park. Band Animal Family was the furthest away. With nothing else to go on, I figured starting with the closer ones was better. With that in mind, I decided to visit Moonlight OX. Nope, been there, done that. Gotta hurry. I mean, she is smart going closest to furthest, so. The sooner I could find the others, the sooner I could get them to help me convince Urabe. So mind made up, I headed toward Moonlight OX. What's she gonna do? It's 1 o'clock, the game's already started, she can't bust in, so. I don't understand where she's going with this. I wiped sweat from my forehead and looked up at the attraction rising from some kind of fake crater. Unless she thinks, oh, as long as I find the attraction, I'll just sit here and wait for them? It looked like a launch pad for a rocket. I guess I can't tell if the game is going on from out here, huh? In front of the door was a piglet. Should I ask him? But what if he tries to catch me? In the end, though, there was only one way to find out. I took a deep breath and walked up to the piglet. Excuse me. Jazz hands! Don't get mad about what happened earlier, okay? As I approached, he looked up but didn't move toward me. Yes, I'm aware that jazz hands cannot be in multiple places at multiple times at the same time. He can be in multiple places at multiple times, but he cannot be in multiple places at the same time. But technically, he could have gotten here before us. So as far as I'm concerned, unless there's multiple piglets in the same spot, they're all fucking jazz hands. Unless they're trying to attack us, then they are not jazz hands, because jazz hands wouldn't do that shit. Jazz hands is a nice piglet. So yeah. As I approached, he looked up but didn't move toward me. I guess he hasn't been told that I've escaped yet. I was just wondering, are they playing a game in there right now? He shook his head. Apparently Moonlight OX, wasn't it? Can I ask you something else? He put one closed fist on his chest in a sort of salute and bowed slightly. As far as I could tell, he was pretty friendly. Yeah, it's jazz hands. He's great. Do you know where they are having the game today? That's a no. This time he wiped at his eyes like he was crying and then looked down at the ground and sighed. So he doesn't know where they are. He could just shake his head no. I mean, I love how the piglets do this. Charade's like, wipe my eyes and cry and look down. Okay, so, I mean, here's just a tip for you. Shaking your head from side to side is the universal symbol for no. I'm just saying, everyone will get that with the crying. I get that you're sad. That's great. I'm sorry if something bad happened in your life. I don't have time for you to mime telling me what's sad. But just yes or no. Up and down for yes. Side to side for no. Like, the fuck, bro. Thumbs up for yes. Thumbs down for no. I don't know. Blink twice if you need to be rescued. Obviously, they can't blink, so we wouldn't be able to see them because of the mask. But anyway. Okay, don't worry about it. I'll just keep looking. Thanks. I get it. He was miming. I'm so sad I can't help you. But he could have just shook his head no. He nodded vigorously and pumped his fist. Was he cheering me on? I mean, of course he is. They want to get out of here too. They all look the same, but it seems like they have different personalities. I haven't thought of them as anything other than Hogstein's minions, but I wonder if they're actually just good people in a bad situation. Ding, ding, ding. I mean, we know this, but I waved to the piglet and he waved back. Then I turned toward the next attraction and began to run. The funniest thing is like all the piglets you can tell have like muscular kind of bodies, like when they bend over the back. Why are there no lady piglets? Are they wearing a costume that gives them a man bod? Because like, why are there no piglets with boobs? Why are there no booblets? Like, just saying. Above me, the sky was starting to cloud up. The light had turned gray and oppressive by the time I arrived at Round Table Coliseum Nights 4. I'm just saying it's sexist of Hogstein not to hire some lady piglets. Or kidnap and force lady piglets, because they're all being forced to do this or being hypnotized, so anyway. The attractions looked close to one another on the map, but the park was actually really big. By the time I arrived, I was out of breath. I stopped and took a couple deep breaths. The sky was making me uneasy. I need to hurry. There's no time to waste. I peered around a corner to have a look at the entrance. Just like before, a piglet was guarding it. Fortunately, he also didn't seem interested in capturing me. I let out a quiet sigh of relief and walked up to him. Sorry, but can I ask you a quick question? Are they playing a game in there? The piglet shook his head. No luck. If they weren't at Moonlight OX or the Round Table Coliseum, then that left only one thing. Okay, so he moved them. He's rotating them. That makes sense. Band Animal Family Jamboree Picnic Teddy Bear in the Woods Slumber Party. Why can't it just be Band Animal Picnic or whatever? Thank you! He gave me a small nod. Apparently they weren't all as talkative as the last one. I'd memorized the map earlier, so I already knew how to get to Band Animal Family Picnic Jamboree. All right. I'm starting to say it now like that's actually what it's called. It's just getting fun. I spun around to leave, but stopped short. What the actual dramatic fuck is he doing with this pose? Like, I want to like it, but I'm kind of mad at you. I cannot allow you to leave. What? How? I will... Spacey, go for the nuts. Or actually, you know what? Spacey, go for the balls. The crystal one. Right for the ball! The crystal one. Yeah, knock that shit right out of his... Ah! He'll scream and run and you'll go. And it's fine. It's just, it's cool. He looked sad and disappointed. Really? You're sad and disappointed? How the fuck do you think I feel? Oh, I'm gonna... I was very clear. I told you to remain in that room, and I was very clear that I'm gonna fucking kill you, you son of a bitch. But no, we aren't. Urabe started to walk toward me. How did you know where I was? Shaken, I backed away as he moved closer. He just smiled and pointed to my arm. Huh? All that was there was the prayer beads he'd given me. Did I not tell you? His smile slowly faded away. Oh, now he looks crazy and I don't like it. I will protect you, even if it drives you to hate me. His voice had turned cold. Wait, are you saying the beads that had his spirit in them? I guess it wasn't just his spirit, and that's when you take them off. All right, so you know what? This is the instance where taking them off and throwing them would have been better. Nah. Yeah. Being petty and childish would have saved our asses in this instance. Damn it all. Damn it all to hell, Spacey, for being a mature adult. Lesson learned, never be a mature adult. When your boyfriendo locks you in a room. Like a fucking asshole and is trying to kill people. I mean, there's nothing about this situation that's just good, so. He must have put some sort of tracker in the beads so that he would be able to know where I was. And like, okay, premeditated that much? Why the fuck would he put a tracker in the beads? Just anticipating that he was going to need to give them to somebody and whatever? Or did Hogstein say, like, put a tracker on you so I know where you are? And he's like, okay, they're in the bead. Like, I mean, just... This is like, why would you put a tracker on yourself? They're so important to me, I put a tracker on them in case somebody steals them. So he even knew I'd escape. My legs trembled and then collapsed, because it's not like he just ran to Walmart and got a tracker 2 days ago, is all I'm saying, you know? My legs trembled and then collapsed, dropping me stunned to the floor. Girl, this is the time you punch him in the nuts now. I looked up at Urabe, and he gave me a small, cold smile. Well, you're right, I hate you. A chill ran down my spine. It's not going to stop her. How am I going to find the others now? Will Urabe even hear anything I have to say? A drop of rain hit the ground next to me. It was followed by another, and then another, and in moments, everything was soaked. Are you all right, Spacey? No, I hate you. He knelt down and grabbed me. I jumped as he touched me. He paused for a moment, his hands on my arms. Then he seemed to make up his mind and pulled me into a tight embrace. Oh, this is supposed to make it better? If only you had returned to the room after finding your phone. Wait, so Urabe stuck it in Hogstein's nose? And we were apart for mere hours, but I'd already grown worried. I thought I might never see you again. Oh, okay, that makes it so much better that you just basically threatened me and tracked me, and you're crazy. So much better. I feel okay about this now. I'm totally okay with this. I'm fine. Totally fine with this. It's cool. It's fine. I love this. It's the greatest route ever. The fuck? I'm so angry. I'm so angry. The rain rolled down my cheeks like tears. I tried so hard in the very beginning. In the last part, I was like, maybe this won't be so bad. Like, okay, he's crazy, but like maybe he's redeemed. And then he just went off the rails in this, and I'm just like, no, we're past the point of no return now. I was so fortunate to meet you, and you've become so precious to me. This is like he's gonna keep me in a basement, and I'm just scared. I thought all of this might end before I could hold you in my arms. Spacey. And then he makes that face and it scares the bejesus out of me. I felt his breath on my ear. I don't like this. Yeah, her face is like the act. Okay. His is like, I'm gonna lock you in a basement and keep you safe. And it's fucking crazy and creepy. And her face is literally like, well, this is my life now. Okay, I'll just get in the cage in the basement. This might be right up there with Toma. This might be right up there with, like, why? I didn't think I could dislike anyone that much, but Urabe is trying really fucking hard to get there. He's trying really hard to top out Toma. I don't think it's gonna work, because that was just my first... if I had played this one before Amnesia, it might have been a Switch thing, but, like... From Amnesia, it was like, that was like the first real Otome game that I played, and it was like, no, fuck this shit. And now I know how fucking insane games can get, so like, nothing really lives up to that level of like shock. Of like, what the fuck did you just do? But he's right up there, because he's just about, literally, he's a cage away from locking me in one, is all I'm saying. Kind of already did, but we'll blame Hogstein for that. But he locked us in a room. So, like, it's kind of up there, but it's still, I guess it's just because I'm so used to, like, the douchebaggery that maybe it's nothing is as shocking as it was in Amnesia, but fuck. Anyway, for you. His voice was quiet but determined. I will sacrifice anything. And I was literally like, and now we're back. And she literally just said exactly what I was thinking. And now I'm back here. I'd escaped only to be caught and brought back. Again, Spacey, girl, you have knees, and I'm gonna need you to take one of them and jam them into his fucking nutsack, punch him in the face, knock the crystal ball, and fucking run. Ugh! Also, this is the point where you should have taken the beads off and given them back to him and be like, I don't want these anymore. Or you. I hate you. Fuck off. I hope you die out there. I don't feel bad saying that. A little bit bad because I'm a better person than that. But in this context, I don't feel bad about saying it. I do feel a little bit bad, but I feel less bad about saying that to him than I do about, like, tripping fucking jazz hands, okay? I'm tired. Perhaps it'd be better to just do what Urabe wanted and wait. Supposedly Hogstein had promised to keep me safe. I could even sleep and eat. But this is where you just lay there depressed and he comes to talk to you and you just stare into nothingness because your soul is broken. I don't think that would do anything. Like, I don't think that would change his mind, but it's an attempt. If I gave up like that, I'd feel like I was betraying myself. Not to mention betraying all my friends and my uncle. I know. If their game's over, maybe I can get a hold of them on my phone. I pulled it out. Oh, shoot. No reception. I'd apparently gotten a text message at some point, though. It probably came in while I was running around, so I didn't notice it. Oh, hey, it's from Uncle Keiji. How are things going? I haven't heard from you in a while, so I'm a little worried. I'm sure things are tough for you right now, but there's something I want you to remember, no matter what happens. Never run away. If you're tired, it's okay to take a breather. Just stop and rest. No shame in that. Never run away. Bad advice. Run the fuck away from Urabe. Oh, I know that's not what he's saying. He's like, don't run away from trials, but run the fuck away from crazy stalker men. But no matter how bad things look, you can't run away from your problems. I don't know. I think running away from Urabe sounds like a really fucking great idea, and this is the one time we don't listen to Uncle Keiji. If you face them head on, I'm sure you'll find a way to solve them. Oh, okay. All right, no, you're right. Face them head on. Knee them in the fucking nuts and get out. Right, okay, all right. I believe in you, and then run away from your problems after you've kneed them in the nuts. Oh, jeez. I felt my heart warm. He's right. I can't run away from this. I have to confront Urabe. Right, punch him in the nuts. I clasped my phone to my chest. I do love Chapter 7. Tomorrow morning is my last chance. I have to convince him. My mind made up. I allowed myself to go to sleep. Okay, so this is probably the end of Chapter 6. Okay. That makes sense. Because it's like there was no other choices, and like... But I think what we're going to do is I'm going to wrap this part up. Can I save? I can't. Should I need to save? So I'm going to stop this part here. We will start Chapter 7 in the next part. So, because we're almost at time, so I'd rather just kind of stop it here. And I do love Chapter 7. There's a lot of getting mad. Spoiler alert. Like, I should say this at before I tell you what the spoiler is, but I'm just excited, and I bet some of it's getting mad at Urabe, and I am down for that shit right now. So mad. What's wrong with you? So anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.